The Notre Dame-USC rivalry ending would be an awful look for the Trojans, and it'd be really bad for all of college football because it sends a message that goes beyond just these two fan bases. The message that is sent to every fan base in college football is this: money is more important than history and tradition. USC Notre Dame is one of the most historic rivalries in this great sport. They've played nearly 100 times. If we could see this rivalry go by the wayside, just so USC has a slightly better chance of making the college football playoff, which is the motivation here, then what's stopping the ball from continuing to roll and knocking other rivalries out? Why couldn't Florida look at Florida State and say, I play in the SEC. I got 8 tough conference games. I play the toughest conference in all of college football. Why the hell should I play Florida State and jeopardize my chances of making the college football playoff? Why should South Carolina and Clemson play? Why should Georgia Tech play? What's stopping some of these other historic rivalries if Notre Dame USC could end out of greediness? What's stopping any of these other great rivalries? Hell, let's take it a step further. Why should Ohio State play Michigan? And let's just end that rivalry. Ryan Day can't beat the Wolverines. Screw them. If you can't beat them, don't play them. Schedule like Purdue or Northwestern every year as your rival instead, and just go. You know, not this year, obviously, with them win a national title, but we've seen in previous years, Ohio State losing to Michigan cost them a playoff spot. Why doesn't Ryan Day just say, screw it, we're not playing Michigan anymore? I understand that it's like, I get it, I'm being dramatic here for a second, but like, I hope you realize this is a historic tentpole rivalry that we are seeing now wiped away or potentially wiped away just so USC can get a little bit easier of a schedule. That's pathetic. And that is bad for college football. Because when you look at college football, right, the lifeblood of this sport that we love is rivalries. Whether it's a local rivalry, in-state game, or it's a national rivalry like this one we're just talking about right here, the other 364 days of the year are made either special or terrible based on how this rivalry game goes. But that's what makes college football so special. That's why we love it. That's what draws us in. The life and death, the historic aspect, the stories that build every single year because you have layer on layer on layer of some of these rivalries that go back decades and generations. It all builds on top of each other. It adds intrigue every single year. And for that to just be wiped away, for that history to be ignored, is concerning and it's pathetic. Because for a sport built on rivalries, that's the lifeblood, rivalries in college football. If we talked about some of the best rivalries in this sport, Notre Dame USC is on the Mount Rushmore, no doubt about it. These two teams have met 95 times. They have combined to win 16 national titles. They have 15 Heisman Trophy winners between the two. No other rivalry in college football has that much success between two teams that play every single year. No one. This is one of the most historic rivalries that could be gone by the wayside. And if it does end, it would absolutely be disrespectful to the coaches and players that came before him. It would be a slap in the face to the fans. And canceling rivalry games because of a school's greediness is how you kill the sport. Look, I love college football. If you're watching this video, you love college football. But we both know, right? The sport doesn't exactly do a lot to help itself right now. There's a lot of chaos going on with NIL, the transfer portal, whole lot of moving parts, a lot of reasons that push fans away, that drive them away from loving the sport. But we're suckers, right? We keep coming back. What brings us back every single year? Those Saturdays in the fall. They make us forget the other 8-9 months of chaos that make you rip your hair out at times in frustration with how the sport's going, where it's going, how it's being run, really not being run by anybody, right? But those Saturdays are special. And that Saturday, whether it's in the middle of October when it's at Notre Dame or at the end of the year when it's at USC, that is one of the most important, impactful Saturdays on the college football calendar. And it right now is getting tossed in the trash like a 2-week-old hamburger. And why it's really bad for college football is because we could see one man end almost a century of history. Because when you look at this rivalry ending, it's not Notre Dame's fault. They want to keep playing this game. USC's fans aren't clamoring to stop playing Notre Dame. USC as a program, as a school, has never thought about ending this almost 100-year rivalry with Notre Dame. There is one man to blame because now that he arrived on campus, now for the first time in 100 years, is being talked about, and it's Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley, if this rivalry ends, is the biggest person to blame because he is afraid of competition. He's afraid to take the hard way. He's afraid to take it like a man and do what you're supposed to do, which is beat the teams on your schedule in order to make the college football playoff. He does not believe in himself. He does not believe in his team. That's the message he's sending as he wants to cancel this Notre Dame game and get the Little Sisters of the Poor on the schedule. He does not believe in himself. He does not believe in his team because this is a guy that runs from adversity every single time he faces it. He ran away from Oklahoma, and now at USC, he can't control much. He can't control the Big Ten schedule. He can't control their travel schedule. What can he control? The USC-Notre Dame rivalry. And he looks at it as, why should I respect history? Why should I play this game that every great coach and player that's come before me at this great institution has played in? Well, I can take the easy way out. Oh, there's a little shortcut here. Forget Notre Dame. Give me Northwest Montana State. Yeah, let's open up with them. Put them on the schedule. We need to get a free win here. Lincoln Riley be the person to blame, the most to blame, the only person to blame if this rivalry goes away. It is absolutely pathetic. It's cowardly, frankly. But don't be fooled because USC will be on the PR hunt. Lincoln Riley's going to be in the PR hunt. Because you know what he's going to tell you when this rivalry, if it does end? He's going to tell you that, oh, we're in a tougher conference now and we play so many tough games. We can't afford to play 9 conference games and play Notre Dame. They'll also tell you, oh, our travel schedule, boo-hoo. We got to go from LA to Rutgers, LA to Maryland. It's so much travel. We can't afford to also then play Notre Dame in Indiana every other year. It's too much. They'll hope, though, you forget that they did it to themselves. They took the money. They knew what they were signing up for. When USC left the Pac-12 to go to the Big Ten, they knew the deal. They were getting a whole hell of a lot more money, but they're going to face a tougher schedule, and they're going to have a lot more travel. And they didn't care. They said, give me the money. We'll do whatever. And now, all of a sudden, they got the money. They're saying, oh, we're the victim. This is too tough. You can't have it both ways. USC is trying to have it both ways. They're trying to have their cake and eat it too. Don't let them. They did this to themselves, and it's not an excuse joining the Big Ten as a reason why they should no longer play this great game that is, again, one of the foundations of all of college football. Florida does it. Clemson does. We could go down the list of a lot of great teams that play in tough conferences that also play non-conference rivalry that's historic. That's in-state. That means a lot to their fans. And that's the biggest thing here. Notre Dame USC going away hurts the fans. It's one of the best rivalries in the sport. And you're replacing that game, not with a great game. USC is not, having the intention of getting rid of Notre Dame so they can maybe schedule some big opponents. Hey, let's get Alabama on the schedule. Let's get Texas on the schedule. Let's play some of these other blue blood traditional powerhouses. They're trying to get you the easiest win possible. No fan is going to get juiced up to watch Northwest Appalachian State JUCO come to the Coliseum. Nobody wants to see that. We as fans want to see the big games. Notre Dame, big game. Cupcake School, not a big game. No one cares. Lincoln Riley realizes the program has backslid. They've gotten worse every year. They've gotten further and further away from the college football playoff, and he is holding on, trying to do whatever he can to keep his job, to stay relevant. And he will destroy and end history if that means getting one more win, getting one step closer. That is pathetic. That is cowardly.